What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let me just talk to y'all. Sorry, this is a weird angle, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Ladies, men, women, boys, girl, whoever you are, please do not ever depend on someone in a relationship. Let me tell you why. I fucked up by depending on my ex-boyfriend for everything. You know, I hit low points in the relationship. You know, I got fired from some jobs. I, just made some huge mistakes in the relationship. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Like, at one point I contacted a guy, we got through that. Like, I was not perfect in the relationship at all. I am open to people judging me for that, whatever. I'm being honest with you guys. But where I fucked up at was depending on him for everything. Food, bills, groceries. Like, I fucked up doing that, and by me depending on him, it just kind of ruined the relationship. Of course, on top of other things in the relationship, I was not perfect in this relationship at all. I want to put that out there. I want to be completely honest with you guys. Like, I was not perfect in this relationship. I went crazy. I broke things. It was just toxic, But again, I messed up by depending on him so much for everything. I became almost like so codependent on him in this relationship for literally everything at one point, because like I said, I wasn't working, so everything was on him, and I do see, like, I know that was a lot on him, especially taking care of everything. Like, I do realize that, and I never said that it wasn't a lot on him, Still, I screwed up by just depending on him for everything. That's what I would tell you guys. Like, do not ever depend on somebody in a relationship. Do not ever depend on somebody. Don't ever become so codependent on a person to where you need them for everything, to where without them you feel like you're nothing. Like, I would never want you guys to feel how I'm feeling currently. Like, yes, I will get fucking through it because I'm strong. Like, I'm tough as fuck and I'm resilient. But to save any of you guys, like, if you're in a relationship now, if you are talking to someone, if you are, whatever the case may be, please, you guys, do not become codependent on that person, because it becomes overwhelming for them. It becomes overwhelming for you because you're having to ask them for everything. Then that's when arguments start. Like, have your own shit going on. Like, have your own bag, have your own place even. That's where I fucked up. Like, when I met him, I had my own place, and of course you do things out of love, and in that moment you're not thinking, but like, have your own shit before you meet a person. When you're with somebody, still have your own shit going on, because I didn't have my own shit going on, and it was just kind of like, again, I became so codependent on him for every single thing, and it became to the point to where it just became suffocating. It became to the point to where he felt like he was taking care of me, and I hated that. Like, obviously, like, I have a job starting Tuesday, so thank God for that. But like, I just became so codependent on him for like, again, I probably sound like a broken record, and it just took a toll on the relationship. Not only that, just many different factors in the relationship, from us moving in very quickly, introducing each other's families very quickly. Like, it just, we probably have moved very quickly. And you don't think when you're in love, and you don't think when you're you're just in the midst of it, and again, I'm admitting openly, like, I depended on him way too much. Like, I'm telling you guys that, like, I know that, like, I can reflect on that and see that I depended on him way too much for everything, and for him to take care of shit. And I know how that could become overwhelming for a person. Like, I'm not saying that at all. Like, we both did our faults in this relationship. I said horrible things out of anger. He has said horrible things out of anger. It just became to a point to where it's so toxic. And the thing about it is, it's like, I still love him, even though I am so angry with him and feel all these type of, like, emotions towards him now. Like, that's why I don't even know if I'm gonna, like, put this video out, because I'm still, like, angry. It's fresh, so I'm angry. But I do, like, I would just tell you guys, please never depend on a man, never depend on a woman, never depend on the person that you're with wholeheartedly. Like, of course, build with each other, but don't make the mistake that I made, which was depending on a man wholeheartedly, depending on him for everything, to eat, to trips and everything like that. Like, I would do it so differently now if I was to honestly, I ain't getting into no relationship. I'm about to be single, y'all, forever. Literally, like this is my one and done, y'all. Like I'm done. You guys are probably like, you're gonna be back. You're gonna get into another relationship. I truly am not getting into a relationship until I'm like 85 years old. Truly. But it's like, I do regret things. Like I definitely like regret a lot of the decisions that I made in this relationship. I regret a lot of the horrible things that I said in the relationship during like arguments and things like that. And you know, of course I regret all of those things. Like I know I'm not a shitty person. I am going through a shitty time right now, you know, and I like that's not an excuse to be a shitty person. Like I'm not saying that at all. But it's like I'm just going through a shitty like phase right now, or like a shitty time in my life. Like I feel like so much is just going on and so much is like happening, and I feel like I'm just like a mess all over the place right now, like currently in my life. But like I'm telling you guys, like I'm in a shitty ass place right now. Like I'm in a low point, and like I said again, that's not an excuse for like any of my actions, any of the things that like I've done in that relationship. Like of course I could have done things a lot differently. You know, I just wish I wish I didn't depend on him so much. You know, I wish I had my own type of independence outside of the relationship more, which that's what I have to take accountability for, because like I said, I wasn't working, so I was depending on him for everything, and I knew I shouldn't have done that, and I knew I shouldn't have like just depended on him, been so fucking codependent on a person, like, because people can up and leave you anytime. Like it's just don't do it. I honestly, like, I would tell anybody, like, literally listen to me. If you guys don't watch any of my other videos, literally, I don't care if you don't even listen to anything that I say. If you think I just fucking ramble, listen to this, okay? Please do not depend on anybody else. Have your own shit going on. Have your own motion going on. That way, nobody can take shit from you. Nobody can, if somebody leaves you, you're still good. You know what I mean? Like, please do not become so dependent on a person to where you feel like without them you're nothing, or without them like you won't ever be anything other than with them, you know, or attached to them, or I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's just crazy. Like I wish I did things so differently, but I guess that's a part of life. Like you live and you learn and you grow from it. Hopefully I grow from this situation. I know I'll grow from this situation, but y'all, it's just crazy. Like I would never like advise anybody to seriously depend on a single person, like ever in your life. Like have your own shit going on, no matter in a relationship, marriage, friendships, whatever. Have your own motion going on when you interact with people, when you get to know people. And especially in relationships, it's just so important to have your own fucking motion. Like, because if you have your own shit going on, like you won't just be so fucking dependent on a single person for them to do everything for you, like, you know. And I know that, like, I know I was so codependent on this person. I know I was so like needed him almost for everything. Like it became so unhealthy, like to a point to where it just got very fucking toxic, you know. I'm here to say that I was toxic in the relationship. I made a lot of mistakes in this relationship. I know that. Like, I'm not just saying that for like sympathy or whatever. Like, I don't even fucking need sympathy. Like, I was not perfect in this relationship, and I know that, and I will wholeheartedly say that and admit that and own. Sorry, y'all, I had to get some food, but excuse me. Like I was saying, yeah, you can't depend on nobody. You can't depend on a man. You can't depend on nobody that you're in a relationship. You have to take care of yourself. You have to just be there for yourself, you know, because take it from me, like I said, depending on a person so much, it can become so draining, and it can become so, you know, to the point to where it's just like, is it even like, you almost like forget who you are as a person. You almost, because you're so dependent on a person. I don't know, that's how I felt. I felt like, who even am I? Because I depend on him so much, because, you know, I'm not working and he's paying for like everything, the bills, clothes, food, like, and it makes me feel shitty, because I'm not at that place yet, or I wasn't at that place in the relationship, you know, just with my own personal issues that I was going through, and with losing a job, and, you know, us just arguing, and was just a big mess, you know. And just is to the point now where I feel like, you know, I just have become so dependent on him and so like almost needing him for everything that I kind of just have lost who I am as a person, and I need to gain myself back. You know, even like whatever happens with me and him will happen, but it's like, even if we do get back together, don't get back together, like who knows what would happen. But like, I still need to have my own motion outside of him. I need to have like my own things going on. I need to have like my own shit in check, so that way I don't have to depend on him, you know. And even if I'm like, even if we don't work out, I'm in a new relationship down the road, or you guys are probably like, you're crazy, you just said you were going to be in a relationship, but I'm a mess, okay, y'all? If you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I am a hot fucking mess, okay? But even if I was to get into a new relationship in the future, like, I would do things so differently. Like, I would just have my own, like I said, my own motion going on. I would have my own shit, like, because depending on a person it becomes draining after a while. It becomes like, you know, to the point where it's like, it just doesn't work, you know? So that is like that's my whole point of this video, is like, you know, don't ever, like, take it from me, don't ever depend on a person to do anything for you. Like, always do it for yourself. Be independent, because then you won't need anybody. You won't need to literally depend on a person for everything, to do everything, to make moves. You know, you'll have your own shit going on. You'll have your own like thing going for yourself. You know, that's what I would have to tell anybody out there, is like, have your own shit going on before you meet a person, because it would save you. Take it from me, it will save you all of this, you know. Look at my car, y'all. It's a mess. But I don't know, I just always want to, like, no matter what I'm going through, like a shitty time, good, bad, like, I always want to be able to tell you guys that it's going to be okay, and I'll be okay eventually, like, and to know that we all go through shit and we all go through life. And like, I'm never going to not tell you guys if I'm going through a shitty time or if I'm happy, or like, I'm never going to just hide, like, if I'm going through something. Like, I might not, I don't know what I was going with that, but yeah, I'm going to be okay. Like, I need to figure out myself. I need to be more independent. I need to like have my own thing going on, and just have my own motion, and like have everything in check for myself, you know, and get back to on track, like how I was before I met him. Because I was doing the damn thing. Like, I had my own apartment, like I had a good ass job, I was making good money, and I'm not blaming that on him. Like, I'm not blaming any of that like on him, because I made those decisions to leave that job, and I made that decision to leave my apartment to move in with him, and I'm not blaming him for that. But it's just like lessons learned, I guess, is what I'm saying. I'm reflecting on it now, that I would do things totally different, and I would just, like, you know, I just wouldn't depend on him for everything, you know. I would just really have my own shit going on, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, you guys. I'm gonna just sit and think some more and reflect, but I just wanted to kind of make a video and talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm going through currently. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video somewhat. I hope you guys learned something from this video. Please always just have your own thing going on, so you don't have to depend on a person. I love you guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.